here at HRMMA 106. Walking out now is Alan Miller. Alan is fighting out of ATC, cornered by Ian Lawler, William Ewers.
Now their camp just came up with a big win right before this with Jose Rodriguez, and man, that was a nasty knockout.
Yeah, that was the worst knockout I've ever seen in person myself. I'm sure you could say otherwise. You've been around since.
Yeah, but it's a rarity to see somebody knocked out while they're still standing against the cage.
Yeah, that was rough. Of course, we hope Steve-O's okay. But Alan's fighting a tough opponent in Josh Rivera.
Yeah, it looks like we're having nothing but tough fights left, so that's a good thing, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it's been a great card so far.
Absolutely.
All tough fights with the exception of one or two.
But you know what? Especially when you have a fight full of 16 fights, you're not going to have, there's always got to be a couple easy fights on there. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Not even easy one. All you can do as a matchmaker is set up the best card, and you never know what's going to happen. It's not how it's going to play out. You can never have all good fights.
Right. Josh Rivera's packed the house here tonight.
Yeah, what is it? The ATC, they brought a good crowd. Now, you say that you know a little bit about Josh Rivera, correct?
I do, yes. I've spoken to him a few times. He's a good young man. He's had some tough fights. His only loss is to my teammate Nigel Lipscomb, who's a 6'5", 145-pounder.
How tall is he?
6'5", 145.
Jeez. Wow.
Rivera's main training partners are Jeff Holmes, Rob Mooney, Taylor Wood, and of course Ricky Jones Jr., who will be fighting in the next fight.
Right on.
Ricky Jones Jr. is our co-main event tonight.
A few fights, yep.
Yeah.
I believe this is still the amateur card, so we still have 3-minute rounds here, getting ready for the pro card.
Ooh. Josh doing a good job of coming over top with that right hand. Allen doing a good job of pressing Josh onto cage, though.
Yeah, Allen came out through a big right hand. I thought he was going to try and keep it on his feet, but then he pressed the action immediately, yeah.
Close the distance.
Absolutely. Got the crowd yelling for him to knock him out. Very tough to knock somebody out from this position.
That's the sold-out Bowling Green crowd.
You have to love that type of commentary.
Absolutely. I love it when I'm in there and hear it, you know. Yeah. Get him, Chris. I'm like, what exactly does that mean?
Thanks for the
do you actually think about that ever?
You know, it's funny. You don't really think about it, but every now and again you'll hear it.
You do hear it.
You'll kind of, you'll hear it and you'll think about it later. Like, what do they mean by get him? Oh, armbar attempt right here. Great armbar attempt. So fast. He's got to really stack at him, or he's going to be armbarred very quick. He's got to stack, put all good defense right there by.
Josh is going to bring that knee close to his ear, and he's going to get this sweep. Yeah. No, he goes away from it.
Well, Allen's doing a good job of being heavy right now, just holding that arm so he can't straighten it out. See, he tried to put his knee on his forehead right there.
Alan Miller with the defense. You know it's good defense because he's fending off a Josh Johnson trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, Rivera. He's had a lot of success at the tournaments locally.
Yeah, Josh is a very good young grappler.
Well, you could tell just because there was very little in between it. It went straight from right to the ground to right to the armbar. There was very little transition, and that's a mark of a good jiu-jitsu competitor.
Absolutely. Josh was in a good position. He got in a funky one, getting switched. Very fluidly moved his hips right underneath.
And at the higher level like this, that's where you have to get the submission. You're not going to be able to just push an arm down, get an arm bar, get a triangle. You have to hit it right in transition, and that's what he did. That being said, Allen's doing a very good job of holding this out right now. Ooh, even though he just about gave it up right there as I said something.
He's getting a little anxious. He's getting a little bored, it seems like, wanting to let go and use that left hand to punch.
Yeah, he landed it once. I think he wants to do it again.
This is a difficult thing for the judges to score, really.
100%, because are you doing it to the guy who's giving the submission or the guy who's landing the strikes? You know, this is a very tiring position for actually both guys. Josh has to make sure he doesn't blow his arms out trying to continually try and get the submission if he can't get it.
Yeah, we're just grinding away here.
You know, and it may seem like something easy to do for both guys, but I can assure you it's like an isometric, you know. Oh, geez, he's almost got the armbar. Oh, wow.
He did not give up on that armbar.
Wow. Good for him.
I would really like to see how the judges scored that one.
That's what I mean. Because
wouldn't be surprised if it split.
We know that Rivera had that armbar secured, and he was minimizing the damage despite being on the bottom because of the threat of that armbar.
Mm-hmm.
So does it come down to what is your definition of the dominant position?
I would definitely give Josh that round because he came closest to finishing the fight, and he had him in a difficult spot almost the entire round, it seemed like.
So it comes down to what's the the judge's familiarity with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Sure.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, to me, damage is the main thing if there's no other criteria, you know. But if you have a guy who's almost finishing the fight like that, that could have been finished very easily. So then that comes into consideration a little bit more. Just like if whoever's on top, and it's only effective to me if they're landing strikes. If they're going to take down and not doing anything, and the other guy's doing more on their feet, I would give it to the guy who's doing more damage on their feet. Position comes into play sometimes, just like when we're talking about striking comes into play sometimes. You have to, you know, view it as a whole and not just one criteria, not just damage, not just, you know, position. It's a combination of everything. That might sound contradictory to what I said earlier, but it's not.
No.
You know that the position Rivera had was legitimate position, that it was on the cusp of ending the fight at any time.
Exactly. It was a dominant position, even though it was on bottom.
Good level change there from Allen, doing a good job of making Josh carry his weight. But Josh has double underhooks here. I'd like to see him use it to turn.
Which he does.
Now Allen pummeling in for his left side underhook, just a split second too late. If he would have done it when he was on the cage, as he does there, would have been able to use it.
You know, and you can really tell that Allen doesn't want much to do with the stand-up game at this point. He's trying to close the distance instantaneously. Grind it out, push Josh around, throw some little knees in there.
Absolutely. I believe Allen is the bigger man.
Well, then that is a good game plan sometimes, just trying to be the bigger, stronger, heavier guy.
Yep. My boxing coach tells me you're either the bull or the matador. If you're going to be the bull, you be the biggest bull you can.
That was a good job by Josh of fighting off the cage right there, too.
Yeah, now Josh running Allen all the way across the HRMMA cage. Allen trying to change levels for that double leg. It's going to be hard to do when Josh has those double underhooks.
Well, it's going to be very hard to do.
Not impossible, but you almost have to be Jordan Burroughs to do it.
Little wrestling reference right there.
Yeah. Nice Kimura sweep.
Good job. Both guys right there. Josh did a good job of getting a good sweep attempt right there, a takedown attempt.
Yeah, Josh tried to peek out. Tries it again. Not really clearing his hip, though.
Yeah.
Josh concedes there.
Yeah, it looks like Alan Miller has some pretty good wrestling defense there. It looks like he probably has a bit of a wrestling background, I would imagine.
Yes, sir.
Got to say, thus far, Miller is winning the second round.
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty close, but right now, since not a lot is being landed on their feet, not a lot of damage is being done, you have to go with position, I would think. And he's on the top dominant position right now.
Yeah, that just goes back to our commentary earlier. Such a close round. Someone has to win it.
Yeah.
Allen's corner calling for him to sit up. As soon as Josh starts getting hand control there, he's posturing up with his free hand.
And once again, this could come into how well the judges understand what's going on. If the guy is on bottom and he's landing more punches, is he winning? I think so, but a lot of judges do not think so.
I would agree.
I mean, just getting on top doesn't mean much if you're not landing any punches.
No.
Once again, I'd be interested to see how they score that round.
Yeah, very close. 2 very close rounds. And it could be 20-18 for one guy or 20-18 the other way.
It could be.
Or it could be 19-19.
Yes, it could, yeah.
Rivera has been on his back a lot of this fight, but I think I saw him smiling a second ago. He was on his back, and he was very comfortable.
He's calm, cool, and collect. It's not Josh Rivera's first rodeo by a long shot.
Well, and he's not taking damage down there, so what does he not have to smile about?
Exactly.
A couple times during the fight thus far, I've seen Rivera smile into the crowd. And then.
So if I'm coaching Alan Miller right now, I tell him, just like in wrestling matches, one takedown can make the difference. It's such a huge thing to get one takedown. You get that one takedown, you have to make him pay. You have to score from it, make him feel you. Would you agree, Chris?
Yeah, especially in a 3-minute round, because there's not as much, you get a 5-minute round, there's different things that can happen there, but 3 minutes to get a takedown and a few strikes, that's a good portion of your fight right there. So that can secure the victory right there.
Once again, though, we really don't know.
No, I mean, that's what I'm wondering. What do you tell him in the corner? Do you tell him you definitely tell him you definitely need this? You got to say you definitely need this round. You might need to finish it. We don't know.
Hell of a fight.
Definitely. Very close fight from both guys. Both guys showing good technique.
Morgan in there doing good work.
Yes, he's got good technique.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is the round 3 wasn't upside down, so as long as you get that, you're doing all right.
She's batting 1,000.
Chris Kinman, the third man in the cage.
Josh jabbing, going high with that head kick, feinting the inside right kick. So Josh came out southpaw. He switches immediately to orthodox. Josh threw the head kick with the left foot. He came out southpaw.
Like a fake knee Superman attempt there.
Yep.
Before that, I think we saw a pretty tight combination by Rivera.
Josh is in on this single leg. Allen's trying to standing switch.
Yeah, you can tell there's that wrestling background that I talked about earlier.
Yeah, Allen's doing a great job of pushing the head out.
He's got to watch that other foot. If he can pull that in, he's going to get taken down. Uh-oh, and now he's locked underneath the hips. He's definitely going for a ride right here. Nope, got up around his waist now.
Yeah, did a good job of pulling the hands up. What we don't want if we're Allen is for Josh to have his hands locked around the butt underneath.
If they're locked around the butt, very difficult not to get the takedown.
Yes, sir.
Give him to you.
Josh Rivera knows it's a tight fight, doing everything he can to stay active, try to secure this takedown.
And like we talked about earlier, position at all times. In a really close round, if you don't get the takedown, this guy whose back is to the middle is usually winning. If you got a guy's back against the fence, he's probably losing the fight.
So by that logic, Rivera would be, for the most part, losing this fight.
No, he was winning. I would say.
Okay.
I'd say, like, if you don't get the takedown, a lot of times and nobody's landing strikes, it's usually based on position. And so it's usually the guy who has his back against the fence is losing. But both guys have had their backs against the fence in this round. So who's winning it so far, I don't really know. That's why it's still open. If you get a takedown, if you get a good strike, that could win this round. And just like that, Josh takes his back.
Yeah, Allen went for a good little shuck down there. Little loose, didn't get it. Josh peeks right out the back.
And a few good strikes in there. A couple knees. So I would have to say that Alan Miller's definitely going to have to reverse position right now. He's at risk of losing this round.
I would think so too, but I think both guys got to get on their bike and make something happen.
Agreed. Especially you don't know who's winning this fight.
No, not at all. Good elbow to the body there. That is legal for amateurs in the state of Kentucky. Very well timed right hand from Allen.
That could be enough to secure the round. We'll have to see if nothing else happens.
I would think so.
What a back and forth fight.
Yeah, back and forth round for sure.
10 seconds left. Josh is doing a great job of maintaining this leg drag position. Josh dropping that knee in. Good job, guys. Very close fight. Let's say 2-1 Rivera.
I would say either 2-1 Rivera, or it could be. It could be, I would say, the 3-0 Rivera or 2-1
Okay.
Miller, possibly.
Yeah,
so it comes,
difficult fight to score.
Do we agree that it comes down to how the judges score the first round?
100%. I mean, to me, I think that I thought it was pretty clear right there that you know, Allen won, or that Josh won the last round. So it depends on how that. I mean, if they were going more for position or armbar position, or you know, who's doing the most damage off their back. It really depends on how they were seeing this.
Very good fight from both men, regardless of the decision.
Yeah, this is one of those fights you walk away from it, regardless of what the decision is.
Yeah.
Neither of these fighters has reason to be discouraged.
Well, and here's a problem, in my opinion, is, you know, either one of these guys loses like a split decision, then you think, what should I have done? Should I have tried to, you know, do more damage, or should I try to get more position? You don't know what the judges are looking for.
Whereas if you would have won the exact same decision,
yeah, you might think I did it right. Well, no, did you do it right? It depends on what the judges saw. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a split decision here, would you?
Oh, no, not at all.
Got Brandon Hardrock Higdon overseeing the tally over there. Commissioner Todd Neal.
Higdon is a heck of a matchmaker.
Man, we're lucky to have him in the state of Kentucky. 106 shows now.
He did some for some other MMA organizations prior to that too.
The amount of other promotions that Hard Rock Higdon has helped matchmake for that have now gone defunct, I couldn't even count. So we're super lucky to have him, and he helps the community in so many ways.
Men have an awful long time doing this decision right here. You noticing that?
Yeah. It's almost like they don't know who they want to score it for.
I mean, they are only still adding up to 30, right?
Well, it's Kentucky.
Kentucky math. Maybe they're just going to have him do one more round to kind of settle it. What do you think?
I think they'd be down.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Nope. They got the guy coming in here. Let's see what we got.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Merce scores the bout 29-28 for the blue corner.
It's going to be split.
Wow.
Scores the bout 29-28 for the red corner.
Yep.
And Judge Evans scores the bout 29-28 for the winner of this bout by split decision, fighting out of the blue corner.
I would agree.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, it looks like one of the judges thought that even though the guy was on his back, he was still losing the fight, even though I thought he was winning the fight.
Sure.
You know, I don't agree with that thought, but I can't fault a judge for thinking that.
No. That was a difficult fight to score.
Yeah, they were very close. It wasn't like one guy was on the bottom and he was, you know, just dominating from the bottom. It was a difficult fight to call.
Yeah. So a good start to our main card.